Friday Night Live with Cat Carter. Get ready, set, let's go. Come on. It's Friday night. It's Friday Night Live. It's Friday night. It's Friday night with Cat Carter. It's Friday night. Hey. It's Friday night. It's Friday night. Yeah. It's Friday night with Cat Carter. It's Friday night. It's Friday Night Live. It's Friday night. It's Friday night with Cat.
Hey, welcome to Friday Night Live. I am your host, Cat Carter. How is everybody doing on this Friday night? Well, I tell you what. If you are here tonight, you are at the right place at the right time. I have sensational singer Amuka in the house. OMG. And I am just so excited and honored to have her on the show. So Friday Night Live is a positive platform where we come to inform, innovate, and inspire. And that's exactly what we plan to do. So let me tell you a little bit about Amuka, and we're going to bring her up. All right. Okay, so her government name is Sheila Brody Head. She was raised on a strict diet of rock and roll in Syracuse, New York. Sheila was reborn in Detroit as one of George Clinton's fiercely funky brides of Funkenstein. More than simply sex appeal and sass, Sheila sang on the seminal Never Buy Texas from a Cowboy, as well as P-Funk hits like Atomic Dog. Y'all remember Atomic Dog? Oh my gosh. Making a name for herself among P-Funk collective greats. Please welcome to Friday Night Live, my good friend, Amuka.
Hi. Hi, Kat. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm really good. I'm good. I'm great, actually.
You know what? I am just so honored to have you on the show. OMG.
And I'm excited to be on the show on your show. You have a positive platform, and I love that. I love that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, you guys, I have kidnapped Sheila for the entire hour, so we're just going to have us a good old time. Yes, we are.
Ma'am.
Let's go ahead and get started.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you a basic question.
Okay.
Who or what inspired you to become a professional singer or to start singer? Like, how did you know you had it to where it could be like professional?
Wow. Okay. I would say that would go back to Syracuse, New York. And there was this girl, Lolo Reed, Lolo, Cindy, and Billy. They lived next door to me. And they always used to make me sing what was on the radio. They're like, sing this. And we didn't have any R&B stations in Syracuse until like recently. But so that's why I probably love rock and roll and pop. They said, sing this. I would sing that. And then they loved it. And I just kept doing it and doing it. Then I entered contests. Talent shows.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I kept winning them. So I'm like, wait a minute, something's going on here. Maybe I have something. So I like the fact that I could make people feel something with my voice, I could make them feel what I feel through music. So that's the part that kept me going and really to search and travel and see, is this something that I really wanted to do? And it was from my heart. So yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
You know what? If you were winning those talent shows, you knew, probably after the second or third one, I probably would have been like, wait a minute. Yeah, I would have been thinking the same thing. Oh my goodness.
Well, a good friend of mine, Greg Dunmore, we have a friend named Damon Mackey, who remembered that when I went to Beaubien in Detroit, and I was a freshman, and we had a talent show, and I think I went up last. And who was this little young girl singing "If I Was Your Woman" by Gladys Knight? What she know about that? He said I came up there and I killed it and I won that show. And they were like, what? They couldn't believe it. Like this, like I sang like a woman. They were like, I thought I was a baby. But that was an amazing time. That was amazing. That was amazing. Yeah.
What do you enjoy most about being a professional singer, or should I say solo artist or professional singer? What do you prefer?
Both.
What do you enjoy most about that?
The freedom, to express myself through music because I'm also a songwriter.
Hmm.
I just love to be able to express myself and make people feel something and offer them some type of a comfort with what I'm singing or talking about. I like you have a positive platform. I prefer writing songs that are
Hmm.
positive, or
Yes.
that bring about a positive outcome. So yeah, I just love singing. I love it, and I love the reciprocity between me and the audience when they feel what I'm feeling, and then
Hmm.
we share that frequency and those vibrations. That is amazing. That's something that it's priceless. I can't even put anything on it. It's just
Yeah.
amazing.
That's just like, like if I listen to something on the radio, I love it on the radio, but going to hear that person live,
Oh,
like if I want to hear
yes.
you live,
Oh my God.
it's
Yeah,
just a big difference. It's just, I
it
mean,
is.
oh my good, the energy, oh my goodness.
You know, and it's true. And like a lot of my fans were saying like a lot of DJs are out there just performing, and there's a lot less performances. So I have fans coming to me complaining like, hey, we want to see more performances because a performance is a memorable experience
Yes.
that we can hold on to and cherish. Whereas if you play a song, you can do that at home.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
just to actually see the artist actually perform that song and express themselves through that song is a memorable experience that you can cherish and remember for the rest of your life. So
Yeah.
there is a big difference. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think I messed up on the flyer when I told my graphic designer. I said National Recording Artist.
Oh,
You are international
yeah,
recording
it's
artist.
okay.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Tell us about that. That is just something that is just wonderful. Oh
Well,
my gosh.
a girl, one of my colleagues, Jana,
Hmm.
she's also a singer like me. And what I love about her is that she had this gig in Italy that she couldn't do because I think she's on tour with Lisa right now, but
Hmm.
she couldn't do the gig. So she literally gave it to me like, here, Sheila, I can't do this. Can you do this? So I sent them all my information and I went to Italy, and it was amazing. And it was just the fact that this person had a sense of community where she shared something that she couldn't use with another artist, and she helped me live my dream. And in my heart, I feel like that is why we're really here. We're
Yeah.
supposed to help each other
Yeah.
live our dreams. And that's
Yes.
people got it mixed up a little bit. But yeah, that was fun. That was amazing. I love Jana. She's a hero in my life, so I'm bringing her up. Yeah.
Amuka, Italy is on my bucket list. You have to tell
Oh
me about
my
Italy.
God.
Like what in
It
the world?
Oh my God, it's so beautiful. It's like I remember it's like just breathing everything in and said, I gotta remember this. I gotta hold on to this. And I went to Fontana di Trevi and threw a lot of coins in the fountain because they said if you throw coins in front of the Trevi fountain, you are definitely gonna go back. So I was with what was it? Antonio Verdi and his wife.
Hmm.
I went over there. We did it's called a Peace. The name of the album was Friday Night. One of
Hmm.
the biggest song was Peace, which we all need right now. And it was just and Stephen Galfus, I have to give him some little props here because Stephen, who was George Clinton's manager, he was my manager briefly as well.
Hmm.
Um, and he basically was over there, but he actually produced the song Peace, but I don't know if he got the right credit. But he produced that song, and it was huge, number one, because my producer at the time, had gone to Milano to speak to DJ Albertino about possibly having my stuff on the radio. You had to go to a meeting, and it was very
Hmm.
formal. And the guy said yes. So while he was gone, Stefan and I were in the studio, and Stefan just produced the song, and it was a huge hit. And it still is a pretty big hit over in Italy, as a matter of fact. When
Wow.
I left, people were really upset that I left.
Oh,
They
I'm
were upset.
sure.
Yeah, I loved Italy. Italy is like one of my favorite places in the whole world because the people treat you like they just treat you like your family. And no matter what, it's like your family. And that is the most beautiful experience I've ever had in any other country I've ever gone to. Italians in Italy are incredibly kind, generous, and just amazing. So I
Wow.
wanted, yeah, yeah,
Wow.
amazing.
How would you describe the music that you create?
Ooh. Uh the song, sometimes I sometimes at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, I have to give God the glory, because I really feel like that's when he like comes to me, and these ideas that just come to my head, and I write them down, which I learned from George Clinton.
Mm-hmm.
George was always like, if you have a good idea, write it down so you don't forget it. So they just kind of come to me. Like, if I get an idea, I'm inspired by that idea, and then I like to get the hook together, because then it's easier to me to write the rest of the song. If you go,
Mm-hmm.
you got to have a strong hook, a catchy one. So yeah, like you ain't that good, you can treat me this bad, which was inspired by George.
Mm-hmm.
And appreciate me. Both were inspired by George.
Wow.
Yes, yes, yes. Well, you ain't that good. That one, I remember I was in the studio with George, and we were recording, and this guy called me that I was really not happy with, and to tell me about another relationship that he was in. And George looked at me and said, "Ooh, he's that good?" And I was like, "No." He said, "He's that. He's that, he could talk. He could do that." And then I came up with, "You ain't that good. You could treat me this bad," from that incident. And it was, yeah, it was. I love writing. Songwriting is one of my greatest achievements. I love to write and create songs.
I think I have time for one question. Let me see. Sheila asks, in all the songs that you have written, which describes you the most?
Oh my God. Oh, okay. Let me think about that for a second. Oh
Let me
my
put on
God.
screen.
Oh my God. Okay.
In
Oh
all
my
of the
God.
songs that you have written, which describes you the most? Because you got a lot. You have a lot of beautiful songs.
Okay.
You got
Let's
it?
go there. Party now, pay later. I wrote that song, and it is very relevant right now. I'm about to put it out again. And the name of the group that I called it was Pandemonium. And if we're not living in this right now, I don't know what to say. Party Now, Pay Later was a song. It's almost like um, You Don't Appreciate Me. It's in the same lines and the same thing of whatever you do, be aware of what you're doing. In other words, my mother taught me that if you do good, good will follow you. And if you do
Yes.
bad, that'll follow you too. So when you, in other words, realize what you're doing, because you may have, whatever you're doing now, good karma is good karma, bad karma is bad karma. If you
Mm-hmm.
have good karma, that's because you did good, and if you have bad karma, that's because you did bad. So I think you have to really weigh what you're doing in terms of the consequences before you make that decision to do that thing. Well,
Wow.
but appreciate me is probably one of my really yeah, do you remember? Yeah, I think everybody deserves to be appreciated. And
Yes.
that song means a lot to me, because I had a lot of people come up to me and tell me that it saved their lives, because they didn't,
Wow.
yeah, they were like, they didn't know what was wrong, they didn't know what was bothering them, they didn't know why they were depressed, and then they heard the song and like, oh my God, I'm not being appreciated, I'm not feeling validated. So that opened their eyes and made them, if and a lot of people, if they had a problem with their other person in their lives, they would just play the song. So my songs basically speak for people that can't, are not able to speak for themselves. They just put the songs on, and the people get the message. So yeah, appreciate me
Wow.
is probably one of my, describes me.
What genre? What genre would you say you, because you're kind of like, I don't know if it's rock, is
Rock.
R&B.
I
I
love
mean, it's
rock and
like
roll.
almost like,
I love rock and roll.
oh,
Oh my God, I love rock and roll. You haven't even heard any of my rock stuff. Oh my, but when the
well,
world,
I heard some of your mixes because I was sitting here working. I was like, hey, and I was like, I got to get this work done. But like, it was like I was trying to work and listen. Ooh.
and there's like, I love rock and roll. I think because I grew up in Syracuse, and that's all we really could hear, because there were no
Mm-hmm.
R&B station, and pop and rock. That's it. And but I'm a rock and roller. Led Zeppelin, and all the rock bands, Poison, you name them. I'm a rock and roller. I just love rock and roll. It's what I feel so. I feel it's one of the strongest mediums that I can express myself.
Yes.
Because I like to, like, I don't know, like, do you, like, I just, I could feel the power in rock, like, um, and you'll never buy Texas from a cowboy and never buy. I just like to be able to express myself um in powerfully, in a powerful way. And rock gives me the power that I desire to really create when I'm singing or expressing myself. But I do like R&B. I like any music that is good. Period. Any good music.
Wow. Well,
Yeah.
let's listen to one of your songs, and when we come back, we're going to talk about what it was like to be with the group Parliament Funkadelic
Oh my
and
God.
George Clinton. Oh my, and being one of the brides of the Funkin'. We're going to talk about that when we come back. So
okay.
let's see which one we want to listen to first. I don't even know. Oh my goodness. Maybe we'll start with Miss You. Tell us a little bit about Miss You.
Oh wow.
How'd that come to be?
Miss You, I wrote in Italy when I was signed to A&D Music. Tony and Antonio, and Antonio and Antonia, his wife, Verdi. Miss You, I was really missing being at home because I was in Italy and I could not speak the language.
Yeah.
That was weird. Okay. Being in a country, you can't speak the language by yourself in a penthouse apartment, all about, like, it was bizarre. So I was, and I was missing my father. I lost my dad and my brother 2 years after that. So that song, I dedicated it to them. That was an incredible song. I loved that song. Matter of fact, I don't think I wrote all of it. I think I wrote part of it. Right. I didn't write the whole thing, but when I sang it, it was my inspiration were my father and my brother that I was missing
made
terribly.
It your own,
yeah, and I was missing America too.
Yeah,
because I was over in Italy, which is not my home, but it became my home, but it wasn't really my home. So
how long were you over there?
A year and a half.
Okay.
Via Tommaso di Celano, 25. I lived. That's where I lived. 25 Via Tommaso di Celano, which was right near the Appian Way or something. It was right over there above the catacombs. Yeah.
Wow. Sounds amazing. I have no idea.
Oh my God. Italy.
It sounds amazing though.
The food, the wine, the people. Oh my God. The Italians. Oh my God. They're so amazing. They're wonderful, just generous, kind, beautiful people. I just love them. I do. I love them.
All right, y'all. Let's listen to Miss You by Amuka.
Yes.
Understand. All I know, I really, really miss you. Hold me tight. I can't walk the city streets, it's just not right. Oh, take me home. It's not hard to understand. I don't like being alone. Your smiling face, whoa, it makes me feel alive. No, I'm not afraid, baby. When you by my side, oh, I miss you. With your eyes, I can see your way with no blue skies. Come on, show me a good time. Let me swim in the ocean of your life. Love me one more time. Let me dream that dream again when you were mine. Kiss me till I cry. Oh, things just ain't the same without you in my life. Kiss me now, kiss me always, oh, hold me tight. I'm not afraid, baby, with you by my side. Oh, I miss you with your eyes. I can see your heart with no blue skies. Come on and show me a good time. Let me swim in the ocean of your life. Oh, I miss you, baby.
Amuka,
Wow.
girl, that was good.
Wow.
You know, I had to put diamonds on after that,
Wow.
honey.
That's my friend. You know, that was my friend John Cassidy who actually directed that video, and he passed away.
Oh,
And
no.
oh my, and that was my ex-husband playing bass.
Was it?
Yes. Yes, that was my ex-husband. Yes,
Wow.
that's pretty funny. That was a great video. That was fun. That was
It
really
looked like it
fun.
was a lot of fun,
It
actually.
was. It was really fun. Yeah. John Cassidy, rest in peace, my friend. Wow.
Yes, rest in peace.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, how did you get the name Amuka? What does it mean? Like what
Oh.
your stage name Amuka? It's so pretty to
um
me.
it's okay. I was working with this other person. I'm not going to give them any. I'm not going to say their names. The guy that I did appreciate me with. He. It was a name that he was in the what do you call it? The chanting, the what do they call it? Oh God, the chants when they do the chants. He was into that, but he was very
What's it called? Grisarian?
yeah, something like that.
She
But
said
he
something
was
like
really
that.
in. He was there. He was really into that. So he had mentioned like we were sitting there and we were going through names and we kind of went through Amuka, and so then that was a name that I chose to be Amuka for this particular project, and so I went out and made Amuka real. I mean, I went out and did all the shows, the free shows, the shows I had to do, the television, the radio, whatever I had to do to build a name up. So then
Mhm.
it came to me. My lawyer's like, you need to trademark your name. And I was like, why? Whatever. But I did. I started the trademark anyway. And then the person, went back to the label and said, oh, we got another girl for the next Amuka record. And Peter Rohofer stood up for me. He was like, oh, no, 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 no. No, no, no. We'll give you another deal with another name. We're not
Mhm.
taking that from her. That's how this crazy business is. This same guy showed up when I had my lawyer look at the initial contract. He showed up to the meeting with a different contract. Okay. Like I wouldn't know that's not the same contract.
Oh my
So
goodness.
yeah, they're just some of the things that happen in the music
That's
industry,
sneaky.
but beyond sneaky. So I called my lawyer and she was like, just put on there, this is not work for hire. Put on there that you wrote,
He
put
probably
on there
thought you were
that you wrote.
signing and getting excited.
Hello. She said, right on there that you wrote half the song 50-50. Is that the one? And I did that. But I wrote the song. I wrote all the lyrics and the melody. He didn't write. He just had the music. But it's funny because Peter Rohofer never used his music. He took my vocals and played them in the clubs a cappella. I'm not joking. And then he put his own music on it later on. But at first he did that to test it
Mhm.
to see if it would work. He never liked the other guy's music. Never liked it. But
Wow.
yeah. So yeah, that was fun. That was man, this business, I'm telling you.
Oof.
You got to be smart. That's why I'm writing a book. I am writing a book, and
Yes, we gotta talk about that.
I'm writing a book, and that's the reason I'm writing a book because I want people. I'm going to I'm going to share some of my karmic experiences, so they don't have to go. They don't have to deal with it because it is. I wish I had a book that I could have read prior to this, but there was no book that I knew of.
You had to
Um,
learn as you went.
I had to learn. So I went
Oh
along.
my goodness. I can't wait to get that book. It's gonna help a
Oh
lot
my
of people.
God. Yes, it's gonna. I changed the I changed the title many times. I was on another show the other night, and the gentleman Christopher helped me. He said, "Why?" Because it was a long title, so I
Mhm.
think it's going to be "Journey to the Mothership," "Magical Journey to the Mothership," and then in parentheses, "Dancing in the Hills Across the Galaxies."
Oh
Because it
wow.
was, yeah, it was "Dancing in the Hills Across the Galaxies" on a hero's journey to the mothership, but we're going to shorten it because P Funk George, we always have long titles. We're known for it, so I'm just doing what I'm known for.
Wow. Well, speaking of
Gee,
George Clinton
man.
P Funk, oh my
Yes.
goodness. Y'all
Yes.
look at this picture.
Yeah, that was
That's
yeah.
her in the purple, y'all. That's
And
her.
yeah, over there with the feathers sticking up. Like, yeah, she coming.
Y'all look good.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, that's
So
me.
all these are you all the this is all the brides of Funkenstein, the
No,
originals, or how does it work?
no,
Okay,
there
tell
were
me about it.
two. There was Dawn and Lynn originally.
Mm-hmm.
George. Okay, everybody's heard this story like a million times, but I love this story. George hired me on the steps of United Sound Studios here in Detroit. They were going on tour. I didn't know that. I just went up there with my friend E-Man. Lynn, the other bride, Lynn Mabry, was sitting on the steps. And E-Man was like, "Let her hear your stuff." So I let her hear my music. And George came walking down the stairs with he had all red leather on from head to toe, 90 degrees outside, and these tall boots. And I'm like, who? I didn't know who he was. So he's walking down the stairs, and then she said, "Hey, George, check this out." And he listened. He said, "Oh, is that you?" I'm like, "Yeah." I said, "You got a passport?" I'm like, "No." He said, "You need to get one." Why? Because you're hired. I'm like, "Hired for what?"
Wow.
Because I was hired as a background singer and called the bridesmaid for the brides of Frankenstein, which is fine. But I'm not a background singer. I don't do background. But
Mhm.
I made an exception. I was like, well, okay, let's get in here and see what's going on. And I went as a background singer. But when Lynn Mabry exited the band, then George decided that instead of I don't know if Dawn thought that she was going to be the lead singer, we are going to be her background singer, since that wasn't going to happen. George was like, "Okay, you guys walk up to the front, and we're going to have a 3-girl act." And I became the lead singer of the band. Yes, I did. And it had nothing to do with George. It had to do with Ron Dunbar, who was he was from Detroit. Ron Dunbar is definitely a hero in my life. He liked my
Mhm.
voice, and he was the one that designated me as lead singer on that album. I had no idea that it was going to happen that way, but the album is doing incredibly well still to this day.
Wow.
And it was the top 100 or top something, top 50 coolest albums of the Rolling Stones thing. I think we're in there like 23 or something.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
definitely a legend. That I mean, that group. I remember that group when I was little. Those songs.
I
I
was
can still
little.
hear in there in my head.
I was 17 years
Hmm.
old, so I was a baby. But the thing that I like my mother did, she asked Georgia, "You gonna look? I let her go on the road, but you got to take care of her. You got to promise you're gonna take care of her and treat her right." And he did. He promised her, and he still, people. There have been things written in books. I'm not gonna say nothing, no names, that he supposedly used me or brainwashed me. I'm not brainwashable, to be honest with you. I'm just not. I'm from Detroit. I'm streetwise. I'm not just a smart girl in school, but I'm streetwise too. So no, George was a kind man that changed my life and a whole bunch of other people's lives. And he will always be a hero in my life. I don't care
Yeah.
what anybody else is saying, but he always looked out for people. And that whole thing when they're talking about, oh, he was giving people drugs, that's another lie. What George did was, if you were a drug person, if you had a drug problem, he didn't penalize you. He didn't
Hmm.
say, "Oh, take your butt home, get clean, and come back." He allowed them to stay, but the games were like, "Hey, George, can you take the money out of my money next time?" But when the time came for the money to be taken out of whatever they had, they didn't want to do that. Oh, I'm not supposed to say that, am I?
I
Anyway,
don't know.
okay, I don't know either. Anyway, they didn't want to
Wait,
do
there
that.
was a button.
Oops. But they didn't want to do
Bah.
that. I'm just saying, I'm tired of George being the scapegoat of people saying that he did this, and he did not do that. What he did was, he basically, if they did something, he loaned them money for whatever things they needed, and it was taken out of their next check. Period. I'm not saying what they used the money for, but to accuse him of doing that is wrong and incorrect. And I am breaking that lie today. So y'all need to stop. I'm sorry, because
Wow.
that's not what happened.
Share some things that you've learned working with George Clinton.
Well, this is another thing he taught me. He said, Sheila, I did probably heard this the other night too. He said, you can never be full of yourself. Never disrespect your fans. He said, if they want an autograph, you give them an autograph. You don't mistreat them, because without them, you wouldn't even be who,
Yeah.
what, what fan, what. So he would tell me to go in the bathroom, say, oh, how great you are, wonderful you are. Oh, I'm this, I'm that, and blow your head up all you want to, but then flush the toilet, because that's about what it means to anybody else. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad he gave me that lesson, but he didn't get that lesson to everybody. I'm just going to say that right now. But I'm glad he gave me that lesson, because it was very important. You can't be full of yourself. You just can't. There's no room for anything else. If you're, it's, no, you can't.
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. It's a turnoff,
Yeah. Yeah.
for other people. And what is it? Oh, my stage presence. Um, how to work a crowd, or how to interact with a crowd, how to reciprocate with a crowd,
Mm-hmm.
how to go back and forth and feel the energy and the frequencies. He's a very good showman, very good on the stage, and I watched him a lot. So I learned. That's how I got to do with work with Public Enemy, because they wanted somebody that knew how to work the stage, and I knew how to work the stage because I watched George very, very carefully.
So you've been with a whole lot of greats. Cause when I was reading your bio, you toured with Rick James,
Yes, yes,
as one of the original Mary Jane girls.
yes,
What
yes.
was that like? Like, what was it like to
It
man?
was total rock star, because he was a total rock star if you've ever seen one. I mean, I remember going in this one room, and he had cowboy boots, like just boots, just like everything was arranged, and it was just so much. And he was like, I used to get lost in his house. I used to get lost because we were rehearsing there.
Mm-hmm.
And Rick was amazing. I mean, I really loved him. He was an amazing guy. He really was amazing. He was a consummate rock star. He was a rock star in every sense of the word. He was a rock star.
I loved his music. His music was just,
Oh,
oh my gosh. I don't even know if I knew the words. It was just the beats and
I
the
know.
it was his, and
I
his
know.
stage presence, and then like the
Oh,
boots and all this. He was
yes.
something.
Yes, he was something. And I do really miss him. I really miss Rick. I
Yes,
do.
yes.
He's amazing.
Um, Share some things you learned from Rick. Do you remember back then, like anything that you can?
He to be glamorous. It was like he was
Yeah.
all into being like a rock star, glamorous. I mean, we had to wear glitter. I mean, it was actually a glitter check thing. Like if you didn't have enough glitter on, he would come back there like, oh, glitter check. You didn't have enough glitter on. He was gonna glitter you up. So you kind of had to put enough on. I still have nightmares about glitter everywhere, like everywhere. Um, and he was really he I learned to really live your life and be. He knew how to be happy. He knew how to have fun, and he was really nice to people most of the time. He really was. Whenever, but if he was annoyed, he would call a meeting of the whole band. Like I remember he saw what George and them were doing, and he called a meeting of the whole band, and then he would be like, uh, would tell me about my boys. See your boys, George and Sly. Look what they're doing. Blah, blah, blah. And it would be a whole meeting of the band. Like, and I would be like, those are your people. But you asked
Wow.
me to come and join your band, but I didn't know you were gonna like bring up my people constantly. But it was okay. It was okay. It was just Rick. Rick. He was something. He
I
really
don't know who
was.
I heard more, George Clinton or Rick James. I tell you what, it was probably the George Clinton, the Atomic Dog, because when I was in school, the Omega Sci-Fi, the Q Dogs,
Oh
that was
yes.
their theme song, and I don't know if it's
Oh,
all over their theme song, but at on that university where I was at,
it is
that was their
everywhere.
theme song,
Yeah,
Atomic Dog.
the
Oh
mega
my
mega
gosh, I
Fi-Fi.
heard that all the time. Yeah.
Q Dogs. Oh yeah, they would come to.
Mm-hmm.
They came
Mm-hmm.
to a lot of our shows and would perform on stage. They would be doing their
Really?
yes
Oh,
all
I
the
bet you that was
time.
really awesome.
It was. It was. I really loved touring. I really did love touring. I do miss it sometimes, but not. But I like to do my own. I really like doing my own thing. Yes, I do. But whenever George comes here, he's close enough. I will jump up on that stage.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, because it's fun.
Okay, so we have to do a trivia, but I want to do another song. I want to do the Midnight Train to Georgia.
Oh
Tell us
yeah.
about that. I know
Well,
it was
that
a tribute, so tell us how that came to be and all of
that
that.
was Gary Ronaldo of Public Enemy. He was the producer. Um, he wanted me to do a one take. Like, I don't want you got to do one take of this song, and I'm like, a one take, and I was like, one take. No, like it was, in the studio they cut and paste and do this whatever, but
Yeah.
this was like a straight one take. And I didn't want to. I don't know. I shied away from R&B. I did,
Hmm.
and he was like, "Come on, Sheila, you could do." That. I was like, I kind of didn't want to do it because it was, and I was intimidated by Gladys Knight. But I remembered I used to win a lot of talent shows with her songs, so I did it, and it was great. But I don't think we never really did get to put the album out because the group kind of weird things happened.
Hmm.
But yeah, this was one that we were gonna put out, but we didn't put it out. But it's still like close to 200,000 views without
Yes, it got a
even
lot of
releasing
views.
it. Yeah,
You made it your own, and it sounds so good.
yeah. I wasn't because it's Gladys Knight. I'm like, what are people gonna say? Like, oh,
Right, right.
but I just took my chance. Like, I'm gonna do this the best of my ability and make it work.
All right, well,
So,
let's check it out. Well, before we do that, let's okay, Sheila, I'm gonna put trivia. Don't you can't say the answer because I'm giving away
oh,
something, so they can't tell the answer. But before
okay.
that, I want to send a shout out to my girl is on here. So Brina Taylor, she's another virtual host, and she also does online radio. And I'm gonna
Nice.
connect you to her.
Oh,
She's
thank
amazing. She
you.
actually
Oh,
interviews artists and does all kinds of amazing things. So I want to send a shout out to Sabrina Taylor. Hey
hi,
sis.
Sabrina.
All right. Here is our trivia. And then right after the trivia question, we're going to Midnight Train to Georgia. Here we go. Okay, here is the question. What is the largest member of the order of carnivora found in the mainland United States? Is it bison? Is it black bear, mountain lion, or grizzly bear? Put your answers in the comments for a chance to win while we listen to Amuka. All right, here we go.
LA, proving too much for the man.
Too much for the man, he couldn't make it.
So he's leaving a life he's come to know.
I was really upset with that makeup job, honey. I was like, oh, because the
Girl, I
girl
ain't even
didn't
seen
really,
nothing. I was in the pit dancing to
girl.
the music.
I know. That's what everybody was like, Sheila, forget the makeup. It was all right. Don't worry about it. Oh my God. And the lighting, oh my God. But I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to be humble on this one and just take it. And just go ahead.
You
Ain't
did
nobody
beautiful on
looking
that
at.
song, honey.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, yes,
Thank you.
yes. That's a beautiful song.
Thank you. I loved it. It was
So
good.
I know that you've collaborated with a lot. I hear your baby back there. I know that
Yes.
you collaborated with a lot of greats, but who would you like to collaborate with that you haven't with already?
Oh man. Ooh. Wow. Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah,
Uh, uh, Big Sean,
I
who's
like
from
Kendrick Lamar.
Detroit.
Yeah.
Big
Mm-hmm.
Sean is from Detroit. I mean, hello. Wow. Who I have not worked with already. Tiesto.
Wow,
What's the other one? David Guetta. Uh,
that'd be a good one, wouldn't it? Mm-hmm.
um, wow, that is a great question. Wow, that one took me. That one took me.
Did I
Who would
get
I
you?
like? You got me. You got me, Kat. You got me. Who would I want to work with that I haven't worked? Wow, and I should know this. I should know this answer.
That's okay. It'll come to you after,
I, t-
probably
I
after we
t-
get off the show.
no. I'm still thinking. Like a
But you
lot of
picked some
people.
really good ones. I mean,
I
you picked
did.
some. You said some really, really great ones, though.
I mean, Kendrick Lamar,
Kendrick Lamar,
absolutely,
yeah.
and Childish Gambino, Donald Glover. Would
Mm-hmm.
love to work with him, and
Wow,
Wiz Khalifa, because I
wow, you
saw
guys
him
amazing.
portray. I saw him portray George in Spinning Gold, and the funny thing about it is he portrayed George, but he never met him before. He didn't meet him before he did Spinning Gold,
Mm-hmm.
but after he met him afterwards, and I thought he did a great job. And this guy actually, another guy's pretending to be Wiz Khalifa, was all like, like got on my phone somehow. But I knew it wasn't Wiz Khalifa. But then I'm like, wow, it'd be really good if it was him. I would love to work with Wiz Khalifa. And my friend, my friend works for Nick Cannon. He runs Nick Cannon's thing. Trey Boogie. Trey Boogie, I'm calling you because he
I'm gonna
knows
hashtag
me.
all these people.
Trey Boogie, honey. Trey Boogie that works for Nick. He runs Nick Cannon's World. Um, absolutely. Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, he's the same one.
Mm-hmm.
Kendrick Lamar, absolutely. Because they know who George is. They know, they got to know who I am.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
want to work with Chuck again. Chuck D, baby. I love you. And you said you wanted to help me get what I've always wanted, what I've worked so hard in my life for. I love to get that with you, Chuck. So, because I loved working with Chuck D. It was magical, I have to tell you. So yeah, I
Wow.
worked with him before, but we didn't complete it. We
Mm-hmm.
didn't finish it. So let's do something, Chuck, and make it happen and turn the world on its edge and have to peel him off the floor.
Yes, that's
There
what
we
I'm
go.
talking about.
Thank you for that question. That's a good one.
You're
Ooh.
welcome. Okay, so as a woman, tell
Yes.
us what it's like to navigate in this music industry,
Ooh.
like something that you wouldn't mind sharing.
Ooh. Well, we don't get the okay. I'm a little unnerved by the fact that Parliament Funkadelic, they got a Grammy Achievement Award and they didn't give not one female that award. We were totally just left out, like made invisible. Matter of fact, I have a song that I created called "Don't Treat Me Like I'm Invisible."
You
Okay,
sure do. Yes.
yes, I do. And they treated child they just don't acknowledge the women. Even when we did the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, none of the women got acknowledged. We were left out of there too. What is that? What is with that? And I don't know, black females, I'm gonna go there. Black females, we are definitely on the but we're like not, we don't get what we deserve. And we work hard. And I really feel like the women that are no longer here that are part of P Funk, I would take a stand for them. I even called the Grammy Achievement Award people and talked to them. And I spoke to a woman who used to manage Moby, the group Moby. And she said, I know, I agree. And but nobody's doing
No,
anything
nothing
about it.
changes. Mm-hmm.
No, we're still, but you know what? Funkatopia is working to help us to change that in some way. The guys of Funkatopia, they said they want the women of the funk to be recognized and validated. You know, hello, can we be validated? We're not invisible. We're
Right.
not. And that's that song, Invisible. That's going to be that song is for a lot of people. Anybody that ever felt invisible. I'm thinking about homeless people. I've spoke to homeless people. They feel invisible because people feel like they don't have anything to offer. So why should I, why should I help you? You don't give me anything. But that's not what it's about. These people are real. They're still alive, and we have to validate people, and the people aren't being validated. And I think that some of the things where all these people are taking other lives with them, people don't understand.
Uh-oh. Did I lose her? Okay, so she I'm sure she'll come back in. While we're waiting on her to come back in, I do have another video. Let me see. This song is called Mississippi. So let's check this out while we wait for her to try to get back in.
Hey y'all, what's up? This is Sinbad. I'll tell you something right now. I want y'all, y'all know me from acting, y'all know me from comedy and all that stuff, but this ain't about me, man. I'm glad you tuned into one of the most positive platforms on social media, Friday Night Live with my good friend Kat Carter. Stay tuned and be blessed. Go on, Kat. Tell them what it's all about.
All right. Let me see if I can get Amuka back. Yes.
Cat,
Girl, it's getting good. Then it said, kick
I
us off.
love. Can I tell you how much I love Sinbad? I
I
met
do
him.
too.
He is the most beautiful human being. Oh, he was not full of himself. He was so down to earth.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that made my heart smile. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my
I've
God.
gone to see him a couple of times, the comedy, and I just love his comedy. Like I can
Oh
follow him. It's not all vulgar and yeah,
no,
it's
he's
just really good comedy.
amazing.
So, and when
He's
he got
amazing.
sick, I hope he's doing better.
Oh.
But I know he had been sick for a while, but I hope he's doing better.
And it's funny because he was saying, but watch what you say with them jokes. I made jokes about strokes. No, it's
Mm,
true because even when singing, I did a song called It's Over. What is over? And I broke up with my husband. I'm not lying. So you really have to be careful. If you're an artist, be careful what you write about because it will show
and
up in
come
your
back.
life. Yes,
Wow.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm not joking.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, we're
Gosh.
down to the last 5 minutes. Can you believe that? This just went fast, didn't it, girl?
I know.
Oh my goodness.
Wait,
But
am I doing
there's
your
some
show
one
again? Am I doing your show again?
I hope so.
Wait, I think there was she sent me two. I don't
Well,
know.
we're gonna do something next year. Not this year, but we do something next
Next
year.
year.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
that's what I
yeah.
thought.
I
Okay.
hope so. Yeah, I would love to have you
I
back.
would because your energy is like amazing. Thank you
Thank
so
you, Muka.
much.
Thank you. Thank yours too. Oh my
Thank you.
gosh.
Thank you.
So we just listened to Mississippi. I put Mississippi on. We got disconnected. So tell us a little bit about that. Are you
Oh,
from Mississippi or what? What is
no,
it?
I
Okay.
do not know why I wrote that song. Mississippi can represent something that you cherish.
Mm-hmm.
It's not necessarily just about Mississippi, the state of Mississippi. It's about what you cherish. Mississippi represents a thing, a person, place, or thing. It's not necessarily the place, Mississippi itself, but it's more of a concept. And I wrote that with Gary Ronaldo. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. We just wrote this song called Mississippi. And then I just was like really into it. And then I did date somebody that was living in Mississippi, and I was like, I ain't going to Mississippi, but yeah, I was like, no, we ain't going to Mississippi. I'm sorry, Mississippians, but I heard people were still getting lynched out there. I don't know.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah.
so
It
no,
has some history, that's for sure.
yes, so
But
I
that
don't
beat
know.
that you had with it,
Yes, Gary
that beat, I
Ronaldo.
was sitting over here like, oh my
You know
goodness.
what? I would love to work with Gary Ronaldo again. If I don't know, there's some craziness happened with the whole thing, and I don't know if we could come to terms. But I definitely want to work with Chuck.
I
I
hope Chuck hears
definitely,
this.
I do, because I love Chuck, because he reposted something that I was doing earlier, and he reposted it. So I know he still knows that I'm very much, I still admire him, and he's definitely my hero. George is my hero. Chuck's my hero. Rick was my hero. Like all these people are like heroes to me. So,
Mm-hmm.
and you're a shero in my life now.
Oh,
So,
don't make me
yeah,
start crying. I got my makeup on.
God told me, he said, look, the Holy Spirit said, you gotta acknowledge your heroes and pray for the haters. Because the haters gonna be there. Trust me. They're gonna come. But just
Yeah.
don't pay attention to them. Don't bring them into your life. Just pray for them over there from a distance. The long handle spoon. I'm gonna pray for you. But
Mm-hmm.
acknowledge the heroes. And you are definitely a hero in this game. So
Thank you.
I
Thank you, Muka.
appreciate you.
I
I
appreciate
appreciate
you
you.
too.
Thank you.
Well, I have a few minutes left. So what I'm going to do is, what I want to do is say, Amuka, thank you so much
Oh,
for
thank
giving of
you.
your time and coming and hanging out with us and telling us about your experience with Parliament Funkadelic, George Clinton,
Rick James.
Public Enemy, Rick.
Yes.
I mean, the list
Yes.
goes on and on. Just thank you so much for just being so transparent and sharing some of your journey with us.
Yes.
Best wishes on your
Thank
future
you.
projects.
And
And
thank
if
you
time
for
permits, I would love for you to come and hang back with us again.
oh, absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd be honored. You're really, you have a positive platform, and we love that. So thank you
Thank
very
you.
much for inviting me. I appreciate you.
All
Thank
right.
you.
So I have I got like 2 minutes left, so I'm gonna let if you have some final words that you want to say, if you have any events, if you have any shout outs that you want to do, I'm
Yeah.
gonna let you end the show. So I'm gonna be
Okay.
quiet and let you talk for a minute. Thank you so much, Sheila. Go ahead.
Thank
It's all
you.
you.
Well, I have a new song I have a song right now out on Swishcraft called Bougie Bougie. Everybody wants to be bougie bougie. And we're going to be doing more stuff on Swishcraft. And I also have, I have a song on Aviance, House of Aviance coming out. Don't Treat Me Like I'm Invisible. It's a very positive song to uplift you. And you can get me, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok, I'm on probably every platform, Facebook, every platform. So please join me in creating something great. And please buy my book when it comes out. I will definitely let everybody know. And I'm inspired by my fans to get this book done. And check out Everything Sheila on my Facebook. It's a new Facebook page. I have Sheila Brody Amuka and I have Everything Sheila, 2 pages. Please check them out. Everything Sheila has everything all at once. So thank you, Brad Kilmer and Rachel. I know you guys are watching. My husband Gregory, I thought he would come in here and say hi, but he didn't. But I love you guys, and this is a thing that God gave me. Don't live your life on a battlefield. There's too many landmines. Just do what you got to do. Let God handle your battles, and you create your dream on this earth. Make the world a better place, please. And all love, God love. Thank you. I love y'all. I love y'all.
All right. I'm gonna end it with
Okay.
that. Thank you
Okay.
so much, Amuka.
Thank
All
you,
right.
baby. Thank you.
All right. You guys have a good
Okay.
evening. We're out of here.
Out of here. Thank you, Kat. God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you
And
too.
your people. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.